Holy Bible. And here we are again, and I hope I not have to don't have to come to you with a rod of discipline, as Paul said, but in love. Time is late. The time is running out now. We are late in the timeline of God's, or in God's timeline. Man only has 6,000 years. Then the kingdom, the millennium kingdom will start. And before that, judgment will fall upon the sinners and the wicked ones. So, today I have a little compound teaching. A little bit of that and a little bit of that. But it's a serious matter, as always, because time is running out, my friends. It's so much doctrines out there that tries to tell you that it's don't be in a hurry, it's cool. The Antichrist must come, he's in the future, the temple must be built and all that stuff. Where in the Bible does it say that a third temple is built? All right, Ezekiel, you will say. That's true. But is that a temple that Antichrist will sit? So that theory about Antichrist will sit in the temple and proclaim that he is God. Remember, ye are the temple of God. Ye are the temple of God. Our bodies are our temple of God. That's why it's so important to sanctify your bodies to the Lord. And please, don't put tattoos. It's like painting graffiti on a church. You don't do things like that. It's not wise. You're arrogant. You don't know the Lord. Especially you don't fear the Lord. All right. First, I don't know, I have so many things and different subjects, so we start with this. We read from John 9:35. Dost thou believe on the Son of God? This is Jesus talking. He talks to the man that he has cured from his blindness with the clay and he spit and put clay on his eyes. Yeah. Dost thou believe on the Son of God? He answered and said, Who is he, Lord, that I might believe on him? And Jesus said unto him, Thou hast both seen him, and it is he that talketh with thee. And he said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him. I read that one more time, the last sentence. And he said, Lord, I believe, and he worshipped him. Who is the one that we should worship. It's only one. Him that sits on the throne. That's right, my friend. You can also read it when John talks with one of the 24 elders in the book of Revelation. No, 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 no. Don't bow down to me, please. Worship him that is on the throne. And that's Jesus. He's on the right side of the Father on his throne. So, why I read you this is because we have to understand deeper things now about sin. Don't become an idolater. We have these words that are so important. We have idolater, idolatry. That means don't bow down to anything else but Christ. Don't bow down to man or to his etsem, his image, his works, his graven images. Anything. Don't bow down to the creation. The only one you bow down to is the Creator. And who's the Creator? That's Lord Jesus Christ. That's right, my friend. What did Satan say when he tried Jesus after he has been 40 days and 40 nights in the desert? I can give you all these kingdoms and power and might, but you have to worship me then first. Satan wants to be worshipped. Called no one other either rabbi or father, because I am your father and your teacher, Jesus. I ask you a question now. The guy down in the Vatican, does he want to be worshipped? Of course. And if you don't, he can't stand it and he will try to kill you. That's why he sat Loyola 1521 or something like that, to create the Jesuit order. The Jesuit order down in the pit of hell, the Vatican, has one purpose: to hunt down everyone that don't worship the son of perdition, because that is his real name. And he has already sat in the temple of God. For the temple of God is also a church. Paul said that. And he has told the world that he is God on earth. He is the Vicarius Filii Dei. And Vicarius Filii Dei in Latin is 666, if you do the numerical counting. And the city where he rules from is built on 7 hills. Rome is built on 7 hills. He is decorated with gold, pearls, and silver, and he has the golden cup, and he's clothed in purple and scarlet. Sin red as scarlet. Look it up. He even has a breastplate, like the priests, the Aaronic, the Kohanim, priest descended from Aaron. So he's a blasphemer by rank. All right. But my question to you is that do you also want to be worshipped? Yeah, you heard me right. You heard me right. Do you also want to be worshipped? You see, the world is created from the son of perdition, the papacy, and it is created on lies. It is built on sin. So everything that he tries you to do is sinful. Let's take this for an example. This program called Idol. Listen to the name, Idol. Idolatry. Yes, it's the same. All these young children is taught to, the goal in life is to be worshipped. Like a great artist like Elvis Presley or Frank Sinatra or Beyonce or whatever they call them this modern. They want your worship. And if you worship them and idolize them and make them your idols, ye are also a idolater. And sin, the wages of sin is death, my friends. Why do you always pick on sinners or you think you're better than us? Or blah, blah, blah. Please. I heard that so many times, so I just brush it off my clothes. We warn, if it's sodomites or idolaters or whatever it is in sin, we warns them by telling them. And this is what you should tell a sodomite, for example. Don't tell them, oh God will, blah, blah, blah. Tell them this. Don't you fear God, my friend? What? Well, fear God, why? This book, the Bible, the Holy Bible, tells that this kind of behavior will God punish with judgment. Don't you fear that? And one other thing, don't you care about us? Well, I'm a very caring person. I'm a loving person. You are. You say you are. But when you do this kind of sins, sodomy, for an example, ye are force, especially younger people. That's why your disgusting behavior, this ballot, big, disgusting, I can't stand it. Reading fairy tales for children with lipstick and big males with lipstick and princess clothing. They look like elephants with lipsticks on. Fools. You will that the younger children will become idolaters. That's your goal, because probably you're a pedophile and you want your smorgasbord, as we have in Sweden, but we don't eat that kind of stuff if we're Christians. You want that pedophile smorgasbord to be there for you, just to gluttony, eat it. That's my take on it. And I know I'm true. And you want others to accept the behavior or sodomite, to your pride parades in the city. And if somebody opposes it, kill him! Stigmatization. So you are guilty of much. If you just have your own problem and held it for your own, your sins should be not as great as when you are misleading the young ones. It's better, as Jesus said, that a millstone will be put around your neck and you will be thrown in the sea. So that's why, my friend, we pick on you, because we know what's coming and we are trying to rescue your soul, your nefesh, because as it is now, it's working for the evil one. You are ruled by your nefesh, and that's not the case. Look at my videos. The nefesh, the behema state, the animalistic state, have to be under the spiritual man inside of every human. So I hope you can see that idolatry is much more bigger than you think. Do you idolize money? Do you idolize things? You're idolater. Do you idolize this world, power in this world? Do you want high positions in the society? Then I can tell you, you want to be worshipped. You want to put yourself over others. This is the key word. Remember this, my friend, my Christian friends. See the longing for worship. And worship, if you want that, you're children of Satan. And the root of it is that you don't have any self-confidence inside of you. So you need it from others. But I tell you, my friend, it's the wrong way to go. That emptiness that you have inside can't be filled by others. It won't work. You will never, ever be satisfied. Never. You must have more and more and more. Look at the city Sodom. Probably more perversity, more perversity, more perversity. It's like any addiction works like that. Any addiction. If it's so alcohol, drugs, nicotine, or whatever. Pornography. So, that's very important to understand. And fornicator, don't stop being a fornicator if you are. Doing sexual not moral, immoral sexual actions. Running after women or men or whatever. The only sexual relationship that is healthy, that's the word, not allowed, but healthy is between a married man and a woman. And if you break that, you're either a idolater, and idolater is a deeper meaning. If you go after other gods, for example, it's the same. That's why God talk about a marriage to Israel in the Old Testament. He is the bridegroom and she is the bride. He is the husband and she is the wife. And when she runs after other gods, she is an idolater. Adultery. She is idolater. She sins with adultery, and she also sins with fornication. And that kind of sins, my friend, is to be, the punishment for that is to be stoned. Remember the woman caught in the act of adultery. They want to, the Pharisees and the accusers want to stone her, because that is the righteous punishment for adultery. So please, if you're into that, stop it, because it will come a time when God will throw hails from the heavens that weight 50 kilograms. And that's the punishment for adultery. The seventh commandment: don't make adultery. So, I like to push hard on this because it's very, very important, and how scary or it gets when you understand that if you want to make yourself a name in Babylon, in this world, ye are a idolater. Ye what's the word? Ye do idolatry. And ye want to be worshipped. And further down that road, it will become clear that you think you are a God. With a small g. But you are trying to become a God, and you want the worship like a God. Because Satan has fooled you into that rebellious state of mind, so that you are in competition with Christ about the worship of man. It's a very serious matter. To all of you young people out there, why do you look at the sportsmen, all the sports? What are they doing? Golf, for example. Training hard. So they are hitting their hands and knees of their bodies, so to say. Hurting themselves. Look at Tiger Woods. And God has truly tried to warn that man. It's one reason that they are doing that. They want to be worshipped. They want to be the best. They want to conquer everyone and put themselves high. I want to build my throne high over the clouds. Does it sound familiar? Familiar? Yes, because it's the father of lies. He has the same ambitions like all men and women in sports, men and women in society that tries to get a high rank or position. It could be in whatever realm it may be. It could be in the military. In the military, it's so obvious. Look at my stars. Bow down to me. And in the economical sphere, you have high position, executive positions, prime ministers, ministers. It's obvious. They want to be worshipped. And when you are voting for a person, for an example, in the election as we had here in Sweden not so long time ago, you are worshipping that person. You are an idolater. You're idolizing. You are putting them over yourself. It's serious, but we have to wake up Otherwise, if we don't, you will don't understand that you are snared in the spider's web, and soon you will be food if you don't get out of there. So, and it starts. The Jesuit papacy, the first they always do is to get into the education system. And look, when I grew up, we had a scale from 1 to 5. And the teacher, I remember it so, the teacher said, I can only give 2 5s, that's the highest degree. I can only give 2 5s, so I'm not allowed to give more. So you, I can't give you a 5, I give you a 4. And I can't give you a 4, it's too many 4. You see, they have done it that way because then the young people, the only thing they have in mind is to get that 5. And to get that 5, you have to walk over corpse to get it. Don't help your friends. Don't tell them, lie for them. Do whatever it takes to get the highest position. Can you see what state of mind they are put them in automatically? The fish state, the behemoth state, the survival state. And that's the whole purpose with the school system. And one other thing, you have to do what the teacher tells you to do. If you're questioning something, you're out. So you don't learn anything. The only thing they learn in school, they learn that do whatever the higher ranked people tells you to do. Now they are prepared, perfect for bowing down to the Pope. Because that's the best thing if you want to get a high position in this world. Remember what Satan said to Jesus. To get all of these power that I put in front of you, there's one condition. You have to bow down to me. So, that's that. But it's very important to understand that this world is constructed upon idolatry, fornication, adultery, and so on and so forth. And another aspect of it is the brutality truth that when you fornicate, it may be some children out there that will be produced in that act. And often they will be aborted and killed. And my friends, it's sad to say, but that's what they want, Planned Parenthood and all that filthiness, evilness. They want that little child embryonic fetus, so to say, for the medical industry, yes. That snake bite that's out there now. That has in it, yes, my friends, fibroblastic cells from Caucasian white aborted fetuses. And that's one of many things. I not go there now. So, now we are talked a little about how easy it is to fall in the trap of sin. I should say you can't stay out of sin if you're in Babylon. That's the right way to express it. So, what God then will do, He will sanctify you. When you become His, He will sanctify you. And when sanctification of God's people begins, the judgment will fall. I say that one more time. When the sanctification of God's people begins, the judgment will fall. Why do I say that? Look and remember what happened to Lot. The angel came and took him away. You see, sanctification means set aside. He was taken out of Sodom. And when that was done, fire and brimstone came. And I can tell you, my friends, I was taken out of Babylon 2017, or actually 2016, autumn, late autumn. But I know why, for my own purpose. I know why, because 2017 was a jubilee year. And it also was my 50th year. And the 50th year of your life is no work. Read the Bible. Read the law of Moses. It's a jubilee year. So, I was also put back to my rights. I could live on my little farm, for example. I get the land back, so I could grow my own wheat and produce my own food, have my own cow, work with my horses. You have heard about that. And what happened soon after that? Poof, Corona fell. God's judgment, my friend, is, or are, God's judgment are the sword, that's war. Pestilence, that's corona, that's pandemic diseases. Famine, and wild beast and the beast. And the beast is the Catholic Church, yes, of course it is, because it has its origin from Rome, of course. It came out through the toes. It got rid of 3 of the 10 kings, and the little horn rose up. That's the Catholic Church. So it has been here for a while, and it gets already had the head wound when Napoleon's Gettier put the pious Pope in prison. 1792 or something like that. Around that area. And the head wound was healed 1929 when Mussolini gave all the regalia and the attributes and sovereignty back to the church, the Pontifex Maximus and everything, the regalias, regalierna. Then it rose, and by Hitler they did the work that was told about in Daniel. I will crush them into the ground. God promised he will do that to the Jewish people if they did not obey his statutes and laws. And so it did. And then Hosea 6 came into action. And he rose them up on the third day. The third day is symbolic for the 6,000 years. 1 year is 1,000 years for the Lord. And he said, then when I have crushed them, I will remember my promises that I have with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the forefathers, and I will remember in the land of Israel, and I will give it back to them. And he did. And that's where we are now, my friend. Late in the story. And the judgments are falling upon on the earth now. So I hope that you have been sanctified, and that's symbolic for the 144,000. Please let us mark our servants first before the wind starts to blow over the earth. And I think that is almost down now, and the winds are start to really blow upon the earth now. The winds are symbolic for God's judgment. The four winds, the four judgments that I've told you about. Sword, war, famine, pestilence, the beast. I hope this has been an eye-opener to some of you. That this world are making idolaters of the humans that wants to be worshipped. And that's a serious sin, my friends. Wake up. Wake up. Time is running out. Yeverechecha. I will read the Aaronic blessings upon you if we have time. I will learn it better, but it's wonderful. I have wrote it down for you. And I will hold my fingers like the priest did in the temple. This is the letter Shin. And we read the Ha Bracha. Yeverechecha, bless you, Adonai, the Lord. Veyesh merecha, and keep you. Ya'er, make shine, Adonai, Lord. Panav, his face, Elecha, on you. Veikunecha, and be gracious to you. Yesa, and lift up. Adonai, Lord. Panaiv, his face. Elecha, unto you. Veyasem, and give. Veyasem. Lecha, to you. Shalom. Shalom, peace.